Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. We got some awesome video for you to see. Somebody was brave enough to get two lynxes in Canada. Those are big cats, aren't they?
I think so, yes.
And so these two lynxes in Canada, they were not happy with each other. Territorial action, I don't know what was going on, but they were in each other's faces, and they were howling as they were both trying to make the other back down.
What?
Cool. Who runs into this?
Did we play the right audio? Is this?
Oh, Jesus.
Or is this the latest episode of Real Housewives? Hey. Yeah, I think it is the latest episode. I did not expect their voices to sound. I mean, that could sound like a woman screaming. I mean, honestly, I would if you said, "Hey, what is that?" I would never have guessed those were like big cats.
Yep. For those tuning in, Vicky's neighbor recorded her last night, and we are playing it back for you to enjoy.
Sorry, I mean, we get into it with the rubber chicken sometimes. It gets kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I wish us as humans handled situations that way, as opposed to like a good bar fight or pulling over because of road rage and pulling out guns or knives or bats or whatever it is. We just stand in front of each other, maybe 5 inches apart from each other, and just yell.
Yeah, no words. Just
go,
yell.
Until finally somebody walks away. Yeah, you want some of this, Red?
I think you guys have hit on something. I mean, we have, what do we have? We have cuddle parties. We have punch rooms where you can go with soft pillows or whatever and smash. There are places where you go out in the woods and smash things. Now we have a yell room. Steve, you and Rev need to create the yell room.
Oh, I'm just thinking this is how we handle situations anywhere. We don't need to have a room for this.
We got to train people to get them used to this.
I was taking care of a little kid once, and she didn't really have a lot of vocal skills yet, and this older kid was bothering her, and she didn't know what to do, so she just let out like a lion roar, just to get there, like, "Roar!" And the kid backed off, and it worked, and that's how she defended herself. We need to do that.
Yeah.
I believe in it.
All right.
Like if Sergeant Hairclub's pissing you off, instead of like arguing with him, just go,
"Ah!" Oh, that would be weird, wouldn't it? He would just look at me like, "What the hell?"
He'd probably leave you alone.
Yeah, if somebody wanted to get in your face on a bus, I know, Danny, you deal with weirdos on the bus. If all of a sudden you just looked at them and went, "Ah!" they probably would walk away.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to try that today.
Yeah, let's see how that works out. I think you're onto something.
Lynx life.
A lynx life. Wow. I again, would you have thought those were cats?
No.
I at times I would have thought that sounds like a woman just screaming.
Let me hear that again.
Yeah, let's hear that again. Yeah.
This is so freaking cool.
Wow.
So cool. Who runs into this?
Nobody.
Watching the video, they're weird looking cats.
Yeah. One person says a lynx is a medium-sized big cat with really long back legs. They're like bobcats.
Yeah. That's what's weird about them. I'm looking at their legs, man. The legs are huge.
Honestly, that sounds like Ted and I talking at the end of a night and partying.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we talk to each other.
Those were two lynxes in Canada that they were basically trying to make each other back down, and neither one was having it.
Somebody says if you want to hear creepy, Google a mountain lion scream.
Okay.
You got to figure that one out.
All right, we'll figure that out. We'll have to get back to this. We'll see if we can get that mountain lion scream.
Another person says that sounds like BJ when he gets a free piece of key lime pie.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more jubilant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little bit more jubilant. Those cats didn't sound like they were having a good time. This cat, when he gets a key lime pie, he's having a good time. That's a fact.
Maybe it's when you and Joey get in a fight with each other over key lime pie.
Yeah, Danny, I'll tell you, he and I, that's the one time we never fight. Dessert. It's amazing. We're the happiest people ever. If we're ever in a fight, if you ever see us in a fight, just slide some dessert our way. We will end it right there.
I found the mountain lion screaming, and it's terrifying.
All right, let's hear it. Whoa.
Oh.
See, now that
definitely sounds like Vicky.
Do you realize how conditioned I am from TV sound effects? Because I expect all mountain lions and cats all have that. And it's not. They faked me out all these years. That he doesn't. Sounds like a banshee from some kind of a white or something from fantasy Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Like those kind of monsters.
Somebody wants to know if that's what I watch in the lactation station. Yes.
Yes.
All the time.
Wow.
Another person just wanted to let you know that El Gaucho's has the best key lime pie in all of Washington.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Apparently so.
Wow. I feel like a long time ago I did have some key lime pie at El Gaucho, now they said it, and it was really good, but it's been a long time. Remember when you and I went out to dinner with the two bosses?
Yes, I know.
I can't remember if we had key lime pie there.
I just love the way... I don't know if I had it, but I think I did, and it was really good.
I remember going out to dinner and having some great key lime pie and being surprised, how do they have key lime pie? It's usually a Southern thing, or California Pizza Kitchen. My mind is remembering a really good piece of key lime pie.
Back together.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I think you were absolutely right, Texter. Thank you for that.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right, I got a new survey. This survey actually confounds me because of the number one thing that people said. A new survey found that the majority of Americans have had a nightmare about work. And the most common nightmare, this really confounds me because I don't think this would be a nightmare for me.
Getting fired?
No.
That's not number one?
That's not number one.
Huh. Well, that makes no sense.
I know. Here's the number one nightmare for people who that have work nightmares. Having sex with a coworker. How is that a nightmare?
Well, it depends on the coworker.
Yeah, would it be a nightmare if you had a dream about Steve and you having sex?
No, that's a fantasy of his.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would assume. I guess I would. Yeah, maybe you're right, Vicky. I guess it's having sex with somebody you don't want to have sex with. But all of my coworker dreams, where I've had sex with them, they're all people I want to have sex with.
Yeah, but this is also a survey that's done with both men and women. I would imagine the majority of women have nightmares about having sex with a coworker.
Yep.
Really? That's interesting.
No one here that I want to have sex with. Maybe Sarah, but that's about it.
Wow.
Not even Uncle Chris?
No, he's Uncle Chris.
But here's the
I don't have
thing.
sex with my uncle.
He's not really your uncle.
He feels like it.
And I've seen these movies. It's not really their stepfather.
See, that sucks.
They're just co-stars.
It sucks. See, that the dream gods suck because if I'm having a dream, every dream about sex I remember has been a good dream. Have you ever had a bad sex dream?
Oh, plenty.
Well, I know you've said you have, but is that a guy-girl thing? I don't know many guys that have ever had bad sex dreams.
I don't really have a lot of sex dreams.
What the hell's wrong with you? You're un-American.
Apparently so.
Danny, have you ever had a bad sex dream?
I don't think so. I don't think that I've really had. I'm kind of with you, Steve. I don't remember any sex dreams.
Oh, my God. They're the best dreams ever.
I mean, one time I had a nightmare. It was after watching The Green Mile that I had sex with Michael Clark Duncan. And that was very, very troubling.
Did he? I don't think Michael Clark Duncan was a mean guy to anybody in that movie. So why did he all of a sudden bother you in your dreams?
I can't control my dreams.
Damn, dude.
It was just something. They just popped into the head, and I just remembered.
Damn.
It was not fun.
Wow, I'm very fortunate. I had a lot of night terrors as a kid, and maybe the dream gods have always been nice to me. I've never had sex dream. And by the way, in my sex dreams, I'm amazing. So that's why they're even better.
That's why they're called dreams.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm pretty amazing. Everybody's had a good time. Everybody wanted to be there. Every time.
Maybe it's because you don't have feelings for somebody, and then you have a sex dream about him, and you're like, this is going to be awkward. And so it just like it causes more stress.
Wow. Well, maybe you're right, then. And maybe that's why that's the number one thing that people have nightmares about when it concerns work. Sex with a coworker. How about number 2? Can you figure out what number 2 is? It's
getting fired.
It's not getting fired.
Why the hell is getting fired not a night? That's a nightmare.
It's number 4, but it's not number 2.
Is it another coworker beating up another coworker? Because I had that dream where Steve beat up somebody.
Oh, really?
You beat up BJ.
Yeah.
Because you just got all mad
That is a dream.
You were in my dream. You were looking at me. I'm like, oh crap, this isn't going to be good. And then you go up to BJ and you start punching him, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do I stop it? Do I let it happen?
Do I join in?
I'm like,
Stop it, Vicky.
No, you help me.
Steve's a bigger dude. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
But you hold him down.
You went down like a piece of paper.
Of course I did. Of course I go down like a piece of paper. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, girl. I told you about my dreams.
I woke up very conflicted. I didn't know what to do.
She says, yeah, it's number 6, by the way, on the list. Fighting with your boss.
When I wake up to that dream, I have to...
Okay.
Really?
Yes, really. It's a dream, BJ. I can't control them.
Number 2 on the list.
That's funny.
Is being late.
Being late?
Yeah. Well, that's not a problem for me. That's my life.
Do you guys get the dream where you feel like you're waking up and you're trying to start your day, but it's like 10 o'clock in the morning and you're hurrying, and then you wake up and it's actually 2 o'clock for us?
Oh, I see what you mean. Every once in a while you wake up and you think it's later than it really is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had that every once in a while.
Dreaming that it's a different time of the
day. So maybe that's part of the number 2 thing.
I've had the nightmare of like thinking I had the day off, and then waking up being like, what the hell? Why are they at work? And turning on the radio, and it's like 7:30. But it was just a dream, so everything was cool, guys.
Oh, good. I'm glad everything was cool. Yeah, it worked out well. Number 3, this is not something you guys have to worry about. You'd never have a nightmare about this.
Somebody wants to know, naked at work.
Naked at work. That is number 5 on the list, ladies and gentlemen. Good call.
Really? I've had...
How many weird work dreams do you have, Steve?
And they're not good. I always have the good ones.
Well, this one's odd, but I had for a while a recurring dream that I kept leaving the bathroom, and my zipper was unzipped, and my buddy was hanging out.
And he's your buddy now, huh?
Well, of course. Side by side forever.
Okay.
And a female always I would walk by and not realize it until they're like, hey, your thing's sticking out. You gotta...
Here's the thing. The most disturbing part of that story is I don't know if I've ever anybody referred to their package as their buddy.
Well, I was just trying to find a friendly way to describe it.
You make it sound like that's the first time you've ever used that term.
No, he's my buddy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. Don't try to go, I was just trying to be there. No, who calls their penis their buddy?
Hand in hand, man. It's
well, no, he doesn't have a hand. He goes at your hand.
It reminds me of the toy My Buddy. Now I can just think of that theme song.
My buddy
and me. It's my penis.
My penis.
That's if that song would be so different if it ended that way. And
yeah,
then they
would.
And they go, and here's my buddy, and it's not a doll. It's basically something that Vicky has in her drawer.
So he says, I used to dream about my head beating up my boss until I found out that she's a hand-to-hand combat and firearms instructor.
Whoa.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you don't need that dream anymore. So getting fired is number 4. Screwing up a project is number 3. Mm-hmm. People actually, but see, around here, that's all we do. Right? We don't, we get
it's encouraged.
Yeah, of course. So we get things wrong. This is an interesting one.
I'm shocked that being naked at work actually made the list.
It made the list. Here's another one that made the list, and this is Vicky's. Vicky, I'm surprised it's not your number 1 nightmare. Because this is what happened to you pretty much the first time you were on the job here.
Got lost.
Yes!
Oh, I was going to say cry in front of everyone?
Getting lost in the office, which I could see Vicky doing.
In all fairness, you cried over the phone, so you weren't in front of us.
Yeah, you weren't in front of us.
Well, I did cry when I came back, but I went to the bathroom.
Oh,
to make it not weird.
Yeah. And it took even longer to get our food, Steve. Remember, they were like, okay, she's in the building. Where the hell is she? I want my food. Because,
one person says, I've been a waiter for 10 years. Until this day, I have dreams of not being able to find my section. I can't find my work clothes, and I'm in my street clothes.
Oh, that's a beating. Number 8 is disturbing. And I think that whoever has this dream, and I'm going to ask you people, because if anybody in this room or in the other room over there has this dream, I'm immediately reporting you to HR to get mentally evaluated.
Oh, boy.
Number 8, people have dreams about killing their boss. Oh. Yeah. Who's got that dream?
Well, in that case, no, I do not I've never had that dream.
Yeah,
well, define
killing?
Well,
I'm not breathing anymore, Steve.
What if, you guys are, in a car and you push him out the door? Does that count? Because you don't know if he's really
dead.
I
live or die?
Who said it's you, man?
Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Who else would you push out the door?
Danny.
Yeah. Wow. So I've never had any. As much as I've been irritated at everybody in my life, I can't remember having a dream about killing my boss.
No.
Now, having sex with his wife, yes, I've had a lot of those.
You've had dreams of having sex with your boss's wife?
Oh, it's the best way to get back at him.
How do you even control that? Like, how did you even get to that point?
I don't know. That must have just been where see, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So if I want to piss somebody off, I guess
Thanks,
I dream about
BJ.
banging somebody as rather than killing anybody.
Have you guys ever done the lucid dreaming where you kind of are able to control your dreams?
You mean like,
No.
are you kind of awake doing it?
Kind of. I don't know. I've been able to do that, like where I'll fall asleep thinking about something and I'll purposely want to think about this and then I'll end up controlling my dreams.
What are you, a mutant? Who does
Maybe.
that kind of thing?
I've done it before too, but the only thing I made someone do was pee their pants in my dream.
Was it BJ?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Fortunate.
Next
Maybe.
one.
Well, if I could lucid dream, all I'd be doing is having sex in my dreams. If I could lucid dream.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do anything else?
Why would you?
Well, you could dream that you're a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox winning the World Series.
And then what would I be doing after I win the World Series?
Having sex with Big Papi.
Well, no.
Nice.
Look,
Accurate.
if Big Papi was in the room with me and we were
Right, boss. This is our city.
that would, I have to say, if I were involved in some sort of orgy with Big Papi,
See?
that would be pretty amazing. I mean, look, think about it. That guy is larger than life. He's the king of the world. Yeah, that would be a guy.
Somebody says, I've had the dream of an epic quitting, flipping people off, breaking stuff, and then walking out, fingers flying. Haha, I woke up in a great mood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so he says, I work in demolition, and I always have a nightmare of going to work with my slippers on, forgetting my boots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that all it goes into, do I have the right clothing? Am I naked, I suppose? But yeah, man. Damn.
Well, I mean, you have the right clothing and am I naked are two completely different things. Because if you're naked, I would imagine the answer is no, you do not have the right clothing.
Unless, yes.
That's true.
That's a good point. Well, there you go. I think we have solved the world's problems. We need to dream about sex, and everybody will be happier. Look at me. I'm happy.
Or pitching for the Boston Red Sox and having a threesome with David Ortiz.
See, I pretend that I've always done that in my life when I'm awake.
Somebody says, I had a lucid dream where I banged my buddy's mom.
Ooh. Damn.
Is Vicky dreaming about banging Ryan Castle?
No, I usually... Oh, dang it. I should start dreaming about that.
I thought you said it was only Sarah. Now you got the hots for Ryan?
Well,
No, but
she
I'm
said
just-
no one on our show other than Sarah.
Right.
Oh, on our show.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, well, there's nobody on the show I would ever dream about. The people I dream about would not be on this show at all.
Considering that the only other girl besides your daughter is me. So...
Well, whatever.
I know. I'm cool with this. I'm glad.
Danny.
Yeah.
Don't forget
I wear
about
enough
Danny.
makeup. Yeah.
Danny's a guy.
I
They-
apologize.
They go on their men's retreats together.
Exactly.
I'm offended, Vicky.
Yeah, honest to
Good.
God. What makes you think Danny's not desirable?
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.